All right, let's go with to our Q&A. I think some of the okay. So one of the concerns was Google is rewriting blog post title on SERPs. Will this affect negatively on the accuracy of KGR? Is own title still important when doing keyword research on writers end? I think for as far as the news go, by now it's still in the process of testing, and it's not applied to overall Google search engine yet. So for whatever keyword research you do, it's still a very good measure for you to start with, right? That's first. And secondly, whichever the update is, we need some time to really see the effect and whether or not that is something that will affect the accuracy. I think it will definitely have. You will see some effect on the accuracy of our golden filter, but we will try to figure out as we go. I mean, just like everything else, if Google roll out some of this, we'll update along with Google and see what is the result return. But so far, everything that we have built for this based purely on our own principle and our experience, and it has been working really well. And a lot of our customers emails and tell us this is exactly what they need. They are able to rank for their keywords. They are able to get a bunch of organic traffic. And so again, it's still for me a very great formulas to do, because consider the alternative. The alternative right now in the market for you to look for or for long tail keyword is to do it manually, right? You get a really long list of relating keywords and you go into, well, essentially an insight, right? You look for all these questions people ask for, or you can filter by the amount of word count that there is on keywords. That's your alternative. The alternative here is manual work, or there's no tool right now in the market that helps you filter the keyword by demand and supply the way we do. Zero, none, zip. So we actually one of the first. We are the first tool in the market that figure out a way to give you the result as it is now, right? So I would say, considering the whatever it is that going on out there, this is still one of the most effective way for you to churn out the list of keyword that is effective and will give you returns um, on your butt, right? We will need sometimes, really, for sure. I mean, once the things, if the updates will be approved to roll out, we have to observe the results that it return on our algorithm, and also from there we will build some sort of simulation and see what our results return, whether or not we're still able to kind of see all these keywords and whatnot. But you see, the keyword is still a keyword. Whatever you key in, whatever user key in their search engine, it still need the platform as Google still need to recognize it as the demand. And whatever it is, they still have to figure out a way to match that demand with the supply. And no other way better than having that keyword already target in your title, period. Right? Even if they want to rewrite whatever the title would be. All right. Do you have concept of cluster still? Yeah, of course. It has nothing to do with cluster. Cluster still exists and it's great. It's still a great combination. So one good news is we are coming up with a seven step series and breaking down an ultimate workflow that you can use Writer's End to do. Right? I mean, when we first built Writer's End, the one single goal we have in mind, even until now, is we have to be able to build a tool set that anyone, even if they are new, all the way to if they are advanced, they will be able to build a whole SEO strategy when it comes to content creation uh, from A to Z, right? And cluster is one of them, and is one of the seven step series from research, building your topic cluster, building your article list, building your subtopic, building your status, building your keyword research, cluster those keywords together, research on those article, and then write the article and publish and return the result. So cluster is still there, right? It's different from what you see here. Why is it that we cannot select keyboard from the list of keyword research and apply own title filter in the selected keyword? Okay, so this is actually it's actually very funny because we already have this in oh, by the way, I think this a lot of people are missing this, and I did this a lot too. there's a search another button down here in the bottom on the on the right. Right, you click on it, you could actually do keyword research right in the tool. Right, I think the way we build it is in here. A lot of people think that is like a question or chat button, right? It's not. It's a search another that you could build right in here as you do your research. You don't have to go out to go in, but we figure that a lot of people don't know about this button. All right, why is it cannot select keyboards from list? Okay, so a lot of people already have this question, and I think I'll just answer once and for all. And we already have this in our knowledge base. So reason being, for the reason why we cannot use that, you cannot right away select the keyword here and calculate for all in title here. It's because our keyword research tool now are so complex, and it built on, we call it multiple function cross function level on so many layer of different technology. You have cluster, you have insight, you have filter, you have ESKP, you have so many things. And the moment if you do this whole entitled search for single keywords over here, the whole sorting algorithm of whole entitled will be messed up completely, and it will actually pull a sort of effects over all the other kind of function that we have. So that's why we have to build a separate tool called keyword importer, right? I know the flow is not really the best, but it's the best right now that we have. And also keyword import is great. It's great alternative, since a lot of people actually like to do their keyword research from somewhere else, but they like to use our own title and clustering function. Right? If you get a list of keywords from somewhere that you feel, oh wow, they turned out so many keywords. I want to put it in our tool and run all in title. They can do that. So you can do the same thing. The way you do it is just select whatever. After you done your selection, you click on select all, or select this, and then you add them to a list, right? Let's say let them to this test. You can create a new list or just add on existing list. You click add, and then you go into keyword importer. You import that list in here. Test. Click on import from file. It's import from list. Click on test, import. The keyword will appear here. Then you go add, and we'll go into these things. Run for a bit as we crawl the data. Then you can search your own title. A bit of a work, but will solve your problems. See, and the things about own title is this: it will always change, right? Particularly with keyword with so many own title, Google search constantly change. Own title in different proxy is had return different amount. You could test this actually on your computer. If you do it on your computer and you do it on your mobile, if your mobile on the it's not on the Wi-Fi network, it's already returned a different result. And you go out and you go into a different Wi-Fi network, it's already returned different result. If you go into a different area of your country, it will return different results. So that's why own title is a great metrics when it comes to mass keyword search, right? And in our long article explanation, we'll also mention why it changed. It varies all the time across devices. So it will why it applies on a longer list. So if you do it on 4,000, then you can really filter out the some of the main keywords, right? Because the key here is to find those long tail keyword, right? For long tail keyword, less, the margin of error is a lot less. All right. So, all right. Someone recommend me to not use indoor plants as example. You know what? For this reason, maybe I'll just keep doing indoor plants. Maybe you can give us another suggestion. We can use for our webinar. Right? Is the webinar recording available for later reference? Yes, it will be recorded for later reference. Can you explain how golden filter algorithm apply to global search volume? It is the same. It is the same. It's if you choose global, we'll calculate everything the same. It's based on the global search volume. All right. So far, those are your question. Anyone else have other questions anywhere? please do local SEO use case. We actually don't have that function built in right now, and we do understand there's a niche for it. Maybe we'll create a different tool, because that would honestly kind of make it very very complex on our tool at the moment. So we'll see how things go, but add those ideas into our community list. We reviews them day by day. We'll try to sort of just fix small things, and we're working quite hard on some of the major updates. And still, one of the things we keep in mind until the end of this year is the AI writing, right? We really want to tackle that as well. And some more surprises coming soon. But again, as you can see, no. Do you need to run Golden Score to use ESKP report? No, you don't need to. So for any given keyword, the moment you can do any filter, let's say I'm going to try something else, right? Let's say web design. Different keyword now. All right, so we have about 792 keywords. I can just click on ESKP right away, and it will appear. Then you can filter some, and then it will also appear on your filter. Whatever whatever your data keyword list filter, it will appear over here, right? So just fill in percent. See, conversion rate percentage, you have to fill it in, right? If you want to see some more reference in terms of the CTR, you can click here. Um, it will go into this website. It's called Advanced Web Ranking. We actually get quite a bit of our data from here when it comes to CTR. So as you can see, this is a different CTR percentage for different brand answer transactional for different type of things. You can do for categories. So they have technology and computing, automotive, shopping, sport, art, and entertainment. So as you can see, let's just say automotive only. See, this is automotive. So you can see top one is 23.6%. So it's a lot lower than, quite a bit lower than our CTR that's set out. So our CTR are almost like an average CTR of majority of things. But you can go in here and kind of just look for yourself the CTR that would fit well with your industry. Or if you already know your industry, you can fill in the percent of the CTR percentage as well, right? So let's say for automotive, you have CTR top one, top three is dropped to only 6.98%. Wow. Top five is 3.66%, and top 10 is now 1.1%, right? So it's very different. Say technology is 33.1% when it goes on number one. Top three is 11%. Top five, 4.5. So you see, it's quite different with different place, different industry. So and again, please keep in mind this is estimation. This only give you a picture, a financial picture when it goes to planning, right? So you fill in whatever industry that you're in, fill in this number, fill in your CR conversion rate, fill in your average revenue conversion. Conversion here could be a call, a client, what is products, whatever it is, expected revenue. So yeah, so that is so once that done, click apply. And out here, there's also ESKP. This ESKP represent for these top three. So generate data in top three. So out here, this is for top three. If you click on, and you also can sort this too. If you click on here and you click on top one and you click apply, these are going to be ESKP for top one. All right. We have, are there any updates on content creator? Can you tell us what's coming in next update? Content creator, not yet. We are gonna keep it as a surprise. We're still working on a few things, right? But content creators actually has been our focus for a while. So we figure out. But this is already, it has always been for our data team has been working on for a bit of time. So in the last, I think, month, our team changed our focus on to keyword explorers, upgrade a bit, and then coming back to content creator. But whatever it is, our goal is by end of this year, 2022, our tool will go to phase one completion, right? From A to Z, all the way to AI writing that could churn out your help you to kind of write your article as well. So that is our goal. That is our goal by end of 2022. That you will be able to, as a solo user, you will be able to go in, research, create your plan, save your list, create your articles, optimize your articles, whatever you want to do. You can do it all in one onto this. And finally, to me personally, I feel like Keyword Explorer has gone through that mature stage whereas now we just need to figure out some vertical optimization for this, right? This golden filter, I mean, to me is really great update. All right, we have cats, DIY gardening, dogs, van and life website. Yeah, okay. We'll try to do different keywords next time. Okay, any other questions? Let me know if you are clear with all the things that we were sharing. I was sharing today. I hope I was clear on some of the thought process that we were sharing onto our update. Search intent still important for SEO now? If yes, you plan to integrate that into writers in the future. Search intent is always very important for SEO. Search intent is, but but I think the key things that I think you guys need to understand is what search intents are important for what stage of your keyword planning, right? I'm not sure if you're familiar with the concept. I think it's tobu mofu tufu. I think something along that lines, right? And it's essentially it's a funnel, right? You have to build your keyword research in a sense that to make people does you have to follow the search intent of people and to build in your funnels. The first funnel will be welcoming people looking for info. Tofu, yes. Sorry, I think I kind of forgot that whole concept, but that was a great concept where you really build in your funnels of people search intent. You know, the first, if they only look for keyword, they look for information, they look for knowledge, they're not going to be able to convert, right? Some people will go in there, they search for that keyword, they want to see you there. So those are the search intent keywords. So the first level of search intent would be, all right, I want to be able to rank on the keyword that bring people in with their curiosity. Oh, I have these problems. I need to look for information regarding that. So, oh, there's this guy. I'm gonna click on it. I read, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will convert, right? They will go out, they do another search, they go around. And so the second search layer is where they are getting more in depth and more curious. So the keyword now getting a bit longer and more specific. So let's say right at the moment, in the beginning, they just search for the keyword uh, indoor plants, right? And if they see you, that's great. And if they see you, that's your brand, right? And so they're okay. You know what? I see these guys here, and you move to the next, which is the second layer of search intent, is where okay, you know what? I particularly want keyword indoor plants that is pet friendly, right? Yeah, tofu, mofu, bofu. Yes. So right, so the search intent now more clear. So you go, they search that keyword, and then okay, wow, I see that guy again. I click on it. I see great result, great content, whatever it is I need for this guy provide. You know what? I quite like this guy. They cover all of my needs, and now it's go to the bottom. That's when they're gonna search the keyword, including with your brand. So that is where you get into this brand specific, and they will become a converted person, right? It's go from traffic to to potential buyer into buyer. So that would be the funnel. So that's where you have to really pay attention to your search intent. All right, that's the guys. Jewel Rise. I think he has a very long comment here. Separate own title and golden score. It's better to give different options. It's better not to. Own title and golden score is essentially the same thing. We use own title to develop golden score. So they are literally this. It actually is the same face of the coin. If Please rewatch my webinar to understand a bit more on how we come out with golden scoring, and why own title is still very important in terms of you, in terms of filtering for you. And secondly, one of the concept where you were mentioning here, when you look for keywords research, is look for keyword position of any URL. We do not have that function yet. We do have plan to build that, but probably not this year just yet. It's a bit more complicated of a function, and we don't want to bring down a function that doesn't give you the right result, right? If you really need this function, you probably will need to use Ahref. So each tool will have its own strength, right, and weaknesses. And there's a time where a lot of users, I understand that we all will want this ultimate keyword tool that serve every single purposes. But at the end of the day, we actually are not a keyword research tool, right? We are a content focused tool. We build this tool with content marketer in mind. That's why we simplified so many things. We simplify that we don't even bring in backlinks. We don't even bring in a bunch of different data that from competitors or whatever it is that build in, because that just confused more, right? We focus purely on the 20% of the effort you should make in building your SEO content strategy, from topic cluster, building your article, building your and start writing research your article, and that is our focus. And we are not intending to move out of that focus anytime soon, right? So again, if you have our tool have that strength of filtering out a very good and strong list of long-tail keyword that will help you convert and that will help you rank, and that is our focus for right now for our keyword research. We don't intend to get that function in just yet. Hopefully next year. What is the clustering based on, as it does not appear that they are closely grouped on similar terms keywords? Well, the clustering right now based on our search position. So the way our algorithm work, and the reason why it takes so long was because when you have a list of keyword, the way we do is we're gonna look for search position for every single keyword in that list of keyword, right? And then we'll compare those position and look for similarities. Let's say the first keyword, web design and web designer, have the top 10 search position. Now we'll do an algorithm where we compare those position and we look for similarities. Let's say in web design, there's three websites called let's say PageCloud, Udemy, and AliSpark. And also those three websites appear also on the SERPs of web designer. Then we will actually combine those keywords together, because the understanding here is that keywords that appear together in SERPs result means that in Google's eyes, those keywords will actually belong to the same categories, right? I mean, we go directly from result base. We don't actually go from relevancy, because if you go from relevancy, it's still an assumption. We think that those keywords should rank together, but it's actually not. We have to go from Google search result in order to deliver to you the closest cluster meaning possible and avoid keyword cannibalization, right? So that is our keyword clustering algorithm. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. All right, cool. Really appreciate your time, and have been sitting through with me for almost an hour and a half now. So it's great hanging out with you guys again. Great to have an opportunity to share with you some updates that we've been working on. Stay tuned for our next update. Probably come in hopefully hopefully in a couple months or so. Because the way we try to build wait, how about topic discovery? Topic discovery is still the same, right? I mean, if you rewatch back, oh yeah, that one I remember now. Comment. That's still on our pipeline, right? It's still our pipeline. We're doing some testing on those and see whether that would be a great for a search intent sort of machine, right? Oh, the mechanism behind topic discovery. Sorry, I think I have to go back and forth this quite a bit of time. right? So I'll very quickly go over the mechanisms behind topic discovery. So topic discovery essentially, you know, do you know the term writer's block, right? I think I'm going to go from there. Writer's block is a very funny term because when you apply that to creative writer, right? They think, the writer block for creative writer is actually crap. I run out of ideas to write about, right? I have to write about this topic and I run out of ideas. So that's writer's block. But writer blocks for SEO writer is completely different because you don't run into you get to a point where you don't know what topic you want to write about next, right? And so the writer block for SEO writer is essentially, what is the topic I need to write about surrounding the main topic that I'm looking for, right? It's mean the main topic here is indoor plan. What are the other topics I need to write about, right? So in SEO writer's term, that is when you run out of topics to figure out. And the tool here is essentially to solve exactly that. And the way we solve it is, first of all, the mechanism behind this is we're gonna place indoor plants in the search engine, right? And then we'll look for the top 100 URLs that ranking for indoor plants, and our bots will go into every single website on content that are ranking for those. So 100 different URLs, 100 different type of content. We go into each of those, we scan through all of the content that is structured inside that, and we look for topics relevant to the main topic, right? Meanings, what does it mean? It means that we will look for every single topic that Google consider as relevant to your main topic, and they appear on your top ranking site. And from there, we'll pull down all the other topic that your competitor are ranking for when they talk about indoor plants, right? I mean, when you talk about indoor plants, you want to talk about its leaf. You want to talk about whether or not it's poisonous. You want to talk about how's the arrangement that is good, right? You want to talk about what are the indoor plants that fit in the bedrooms. You want to talk about IKEA indoor plants even. Apparently, it's a very good, it's a very big topic that you may want to talk about. You want to talk about the light, the light guide to your indoor plants. You see, suddenly you have like a world of possibility when it comes to the topics you can talk about, right? And it also serves as, now that you understand, all right, in Google's eyes, when users talk about indoor plants, this is what Google thinks that's relevant. Okay, so if to be relevant in Google eyes, I need to be the expert in almost all of these topics. I want to basically represent myself as an expert in this. So that's where you start building your topic cluster. That the first article is about indoor plants. It's going to be a long articles that kind of say everything relating, all the topic relating around indoor plants. And then you write different subtopic, and each of the subtopic cover each of these small little topics. And so the moment you finish that, when Google go into your website, they look at it, okay, this guy talk about indoor plants. But then look, in their internal linking, they also talk about leaf, they talk about pots, they talk about the air purifying um, mechanism of indoor plants. They talk about the oxygen producing. They talk about whether or not it's poisonous or not. They talk about the arrangements, and they talk about bedroom. All of this, I already rank on the top of indoor plants. This guy really know a thing or two about indoor plants. He should be considered as at least a level of expert. And now your chance of ranking are getting higher. And whatever it is, this is a foundational part of your content strategy. You want to represent in Google's eyes as an expert, because you see, if you try to only focus on one small little subtopic, you're not going to be able to keep your ranking very long. But if you are able to build a very strong foundational sort of structure of your content strategy when it comes to whatever your keyword that you're targeting, so indoor plants, you have all this subtopic below and everything surrounding it. Google go in there, they knows right away, this guy knows what he's talking about. And in each of these topics, you can do the same exactly flows that I was just sharing earlier. You look for different keywords, and in each of those, you have different articles you could write about. All of the articles surrounding all the things that exactly people are looking for, yet very low in supplier. Few websites are actually looking for. You see, so this is the first step. the first step is to build a very good structure of your topic cluster, and then moving to the next step is what are the subtopic, what are of the article that you will write about, what are the own title, what are the keyword, what are the cluster. You see, the problem for us right now is our tool getting so complex, so we have to do better job in educating and helping our users to really utilize every single corners of our tool, right? And that is my responsibility, and that's one of the things that I'm developing with my team and of customer success. And we'll try to launch that as soon as possible. Hopefully by mid of October we'll have something showing to you guys, a very much almost like a course basis you can just follow, and by the end of the 7 steps you'll be able to build exactly from A to Z, from planning, developing, researching to executing and publishing your SEO strategy, right? So I hope that answer your question. I think it's better to have writers end with a few high quality developed tools instead of thank you. Yes, it's also our focus. We are very much onto doing single things very good, right? And that's always our focus, and it will always be our focus, right? Bring GPT-3 in, please. It's coming, right? Cool. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm glad I was able to keep you guys engaged in the whole 1 hour and 30 minutes that we've been sharing the knowledge together. Hopefully, you guys will have a great weekend ahead, and look forward to share with you a bit more in the coming updates, right? So if you have any questions, you have any concerns, shoot us up with emails directly, even to me or onto groups and all. Right. Thank you very much for your follows, and have a great night. Thanks, guys.